So I gave up on driving Uber for the night because there's literally just no rides in town. Someone wanted me to give them a ride, but didn't have any gas money and expected me to wait for their friends for I don't even know how long I was supposed to expect. I have my laptop, my backpack, which contains like my wallet, my GoPro, and basically nothing else except phone chargers. I do have a book with me. It's literally called Nachtflug by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. It's in German, but it's about a French World War I pilot, and the title of the book is called Night Flight. I've been trying to go on a road trip to read books and lay in a hammock since before COVID. I literally have $20 in my bank account, but I can drive Uber in whatever state, city, and town. I'm gonna basically just tell the TLDR of how I accidentally broke everything, everywhere, all at once, etc. by accidentally being born a girl of a project started by President Bill Clinton back in the hoo-ha way long ago. So my mother is South Korean. She's 9 years older than my father, and she desperately wanted to have a whiter child than she had. A white male, born in the year 2000 child, and I was born 2 days before Mother's Day, born a girl. Government might have been confused or thrilled. I was just born, so I obviously have no opinion in that. But basically what ended up happening was I was supposed to be born a boy and possibly become a president or a whatever the fuck that would be better than the alternatives, because I was supposed to be the American dream. My mother is a narcissist, low-key quite the psycho, and she's currently schizophrenic. Currently, I should say, she was the project from like 1995 onward or some shit like that. I was born in 2000. I wish I understood anything about why I'm here except what the ever-loving fuck, but I allowed my entire family to be quite cruel and abusive toward me, everyone to call me crazy for about 5 years. I've known it was a psyop my entire fucking life. I grew up on government daycares, in public school. Well, okay, I should go back a little. When my little sister was 3, she said she didn't ever want to go into foster care. Coincidentally, the '08 recession saved my life because I wanted to go live in Germany and learn German. Had a parent for a year, then came back. Little bit too smart, little bit too radicalized about the way that America lives compared to the rest of the world, living a little bit more actively, eating more healthily. Honestly, just living more content lives. Like, they earn more money, they get more paid time off. I think that's good. This song's called Meltdown, by the way, but I'm literally just driving because I'm bored. I'm not even kidding. So essentially, the longest of long story short, that is just fucking funny, to be honest. Long story short, I was supposed to, 1, never guess this was a psyop. 2, apparently not. Basically just get my mother removed from the country. I told a bunch of the people from her church that she was a problem to me because my sister had Stockholm Syndrome, and I was trying to save both of them from each other and themselves. My father from the idiocy that was literally just me running back and forth between the houses every time they were too mean to me. And, let's see, when it was 2009, I came back from Germany. The recession was still in place. My father needed to earn more money. He picked Wichita, Kansas. I chose to go to college here, 2019 after I took my little road trip. I took a semester off instead of a year off. Enrolled in college. Became recreationally and to help my sister out with confidence and groceries and stuff, what we, as the running joke, will call the song Cocaine Jesus. I sang to it for about 2 years before I literally read the lyrics like a month and a half ago and was like, oh fuck, this is really not funny. Because they were probably dying 1.5 million deaths per minute because I was fucking singing to music that was about me my entire life, repeating the same songs over and over for my own, gaslight myself into either living or dying. And the only reason I've been suicidal my whole life is because I have this thing called oppositional defiant disorder. I broke it regarding my parents, except I didn't actually. I just accidentally trolled them so hard that my father accuses me of stealing his car because I've been living in this one for several months. My ex-boyfriend called the police on me so many times because he, quote, thought I was crazy. However, I noticed patterns. I didn't want to be a narcissist. I am a psycho by birth because my parents are both psychos and narcissists. This is the TLDR. My father is the logos. He's the logician, the mathematician that's a little too mathematical. My mother is pathos because she's the pathological everything everywhere all at once type bullshit, and she became schizo because she's a narcissist. My father is very abusive because he's also a narcissist. That part was never very funny, but I became ethos, or ether, you decide, or aka etheros, or aka I've named myself this many moons ago, psyop. TLDR, every man that I've ever dated has basically just failed me for the sake of the fail me. And yeah, I don't really know what to say else about that. It's honestly almost funny as much as it is sad, because I've known my entire life that I must be a fucking psyop. I'm gonna just see what's on NPR out of curiosity, sorry.
Thank you so much for your email blessings. I imagine that was quite the spectacle.
Yeah, sorry, I just listen to music sometimes when I'm bored, but it kind of can be funny. This one's called... I actually don't know this song. Is there? No, it's called Easy on Me. Yes. Yes, I am. Hold on. Okay, the emo mode is basically kazoos. So basically, I've never believed anything comes after death. I don't believe that God is real. I'm a little bit thankful for that, because actually, my real parents have been the government my entire fucking life. I was the most expensive puppy, most of the missing military budget, and I don't even know what the fuck else other than just too much of a sense of humor to be willing to go to law school because one person pissed me off too much. And I decided that in 2019, but then solidified that after all of that was already through and over with. So, long story short, all of the men that I've ever dated have been kind of just failures of men in general. And I hold no ill will to anyone that I, ended the relationship on their terms and mine. But, I only had to break up with a couple of them because they were dangerous to me. I suspect that my mother was not supposed to become schizophrenic and was supposed to maybe divorce my father or take me and my sister to Korea, except that would have been literally stealing an exported puppy. Neither of my parents knew that I was a psyop. The psyop broke in 2020 because I became cocaine Jesus and then quit. It was boring. And also one of my, let's just say quote-unquote friends, alleged friends, did what I call tripping and falling over the state lines with a rocket launcher, which obviously is a crime. Just saying. But mama ain't raised no snitch. Apparently neither of my parents raised me, and the main parents did not understand me as well as they could have, should have, or perhaps would have. I don't really know what to say, except I was maybe supposed to be born a boy, or everyone has always been confused about what the fuck my intentions were because I played stupid for too long, so I wouldn't hate everyone. I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm really never trying to be mean, but oh, this is a good song. Hold on. They burned down all of my homes, just saying. I live in my car because my house is too traumatizing and too dirty, but my ex-boyfriend is the one who did the traumatizing by putting me in a chokehold in my car. Because I said, I can get out and walk if you're scared of me driving you. But he'd already called the police on me and told them that I was crazy. And they said I didn't have to come with them. Well, they said you can. And I was like, sure, put me in the back. And they're like, bro, what? And then he drove my car over to the hospital. They declared me mentally sound. And then he didn't want to drive with me in the car. I don't even know what to say to that. It is honestly, as sad as it is, it's almost funny. And this song says, I can buy myself flowers. Yeah, I don't really care. Curious. I didn't do that. It's catched anyway, don't worry.
thing. The Walt Disney World
It's the center of it all. And Ashley, seasonal decorate.
Laboratory for the study of human ingestive behaviour.
Alt 1073. Hey, it's Timo. You know we're everywhere you are. So don't forget to ask your smart device. To play Alt 1073 on iHeartRadio.
I don't even know what song this is yet. I'll switch it pretty shortly. I like to troll on my radio. I have a couple other videos where I was messing around with it just for fun. Huh. Song. Just saying. I should probably put my car in party mode and take my light off of myself just so it's not as bright. Or what I could do is I can put it on white just so it's easier to see. See, look, I have my own little selfie camera thing built into my car so I don't have to wear my dog collar. I just do that to be funny. Apparently I was either always too funny or never funny enough. Apparently the government and I misunderstood me. I'm confused the entire time. Except I am literally just the oppositional defiant disorder because I've guessed too much my entire life. Oopsie daisies. Guessed too much my entire life, and basically that's about it. I don't think I was supposed to break the PSYOP, but to be perfectly honest, I always suspected and knew. The red is just nightlight mode because it doesn't affect your vision because of the wavelengths being the shortest wavelengths. Just saying. It's literally my own night vision mode because I wear a light so that other people don't have to scream at me to get my attention. Why might that be literally like my biggest issue in my entire life? I was born a girl instead of a boy. I'm gonna see what else is on the radio. This is pretty funny. This song's called Dial Drug. We live to the top. Sorry.
for you. Get the help you need.
They are the legitimate government.
So
That's pretty funny, right? Just saying I shuffle stations. I told them that those are my mood indicators, and now they are more concerned than I ever was. I think that we collectively trolled one another too hard, but it might be for the best for global democracy and American hegemony. I always thought the American dream didn't quite feel fair enough. My parents both fought for their visas. We were structural poverty. Then 08 happened. I learned German. Everyone was a little bit slow after that and always very mean to me. I can show you how I do long division. It's the German way. I don't do like the whole long and then the drop down lines and all that crap like that. But yeah, I'm gonna start shuffling stations again when I get bored. I'm thinking I have to put in maps here pretty shortly because I'm driving to a place to purchase my Jeep truck that I wanted multiple months ago, aka like a month, maybe a month and a half or so. But I've been waiting on a road trip since basically just after COVID started. My car got totaled. COVID was really bad. I didn't get to go on the road trip. I bought my ex-boyfriend a bunch of things, including a wireless monitor, a solar panel, and a gaming computer that is literally like this big. It was about $600. And he took it and said, oh, this was a gift. So I'm taking him to court over the house, the emotional abuse, the chokehold, and the case number, and the computer. Small claims is not ready for us collectively. As myself, TikTok, and the greater common welfare, question mark. But I owe my mother an apology because I kind of knew that she wasn't actually schizo for some reason. I think I read the patterns too well and then accidentally gaslit them back. I named my dog Pompeii after one of the Bastille songs, but the one that I would have named after him, my beloved first dog, Pompeii. I almost named him What Would Jesus Do after the Bastille song, What Would You Do? It's a really good song, just saying. But I'm gonna shuffle stations like one more time, and then I'll probably just make a playlist of some of the music that radicalized me and told me that I was the psyop.
Political instability issue, but it was an enormous storm as well.
I'm free. I'm a free puppy.
It's in the morning. Let's go.
Oh wait, I missed it. Damn it.
Music and broadcasting live.
It said the Hitman and Alex in the morning, but that doesn't really matter.
Call 888-888. That's 888-888.
Okay. Hold on. I've got to put in my directions. I'll be back in a minute, I think. Oh wait, this is called West Coast Weekend.
Home for hip-hop and more.
I'm the West Coast Weekend because I've desperately needed this for like at least 2.5 years about. This is the vibe, just saying. I'll even put the party mode light back into party mode. I'm keeping the other one on so you can see. But I'm putting the small one around my neck just so it's not as bright. It's a party on the weekend. It's literally a weekday. It's really funny. I've always known that for some reason I was the safest idiot in America. I ran around outside like a feral child and then played extremely stupid, flubbed an IQ test for my little sister's sake. I'm just gonna turn off the radio for now. My IQ at 3rd grade test for gifted was actually 148. I deliberately flubbed it. My sister's came out as 138. She previously did not remember anything before the age of approximately 10 years old and appears to A, think I'm crazy just like my mother, B, not be prepared for the shitstorm that's about to occur because I am now apparently basically legally obligated to pick a new partner because my ex-partner put me in a chokehold and almost murdered me, and I'm like a multi-billion-dollar puppy. Like, it's really not funny. If you've ever asked where the missing military budget was, it was attempting to keep me alive as I became a Comedy Central special where I accidentally busted a bunch of cartels intentionally because I was inadvertently psyoping back. Didn't want to go to law school. I did smoke pot already starting at a fairly young age, probably around 14, 15, whatever. But, started intercepting human trafficking and child sex trade trafficking, etc. Hunted pedophiles on a Minecraft server because I was lonely and bored, except that became 2 Minecraft servers that I basically immediately got deputized on both because I was like 14 years old on one of them and like 15 and a half or 15 on the other one. Inadvertently became deputized to fucking track down the pedophiles that were basically just creepy men that were lying to me about who they were. I wish that I understood why the ever-loving fuck I did anything that I did, except I tried to fix both parents. It never fucking worked. They were both psychos and narcissists, so I said option 3, which is either I'm crazy, selfish, stupid, and dead, or none of the above. I've known the psyop was occurring literally my entire life. I don't know why the fuck I was right. I was really hoping I'd be crazy instead. Apparently I was incorrect.
Provoking criticism.
We have a nasty general election next month, but supporting Ukraine is one of the few issues on which we have national consensus. And I don't know why this is happening, but we can already see that Moscow is delighted.
This is me making my way downtown. You know, here's the funny part is me and the government are the one and onlys for one another, apparently. So basically, I de-trajectoried my entire life, family, and etc. because I suspected I was the psyop the entire time. I always wondered why the world was so awful. Radicalized myself via music, books, etc. And the government was like, wow, that was actually pretty fucking easy. But I knew it was a psyop my whole life. They broke in 2020 because I quit everything else I was doing and basically was just laying at home, depressed, miserable. And my father was about to bait me into killing myself. Little sister was kind of a piece of shit regardless, and I kept cutting off my friends whenever they got on my nerves. Literally all of them. I cut off basically every single friend I've ever had because they piss me off. They aren't their own adults. They don't take care of their own problems. I wasted too many years on basically just about all of them, and if they grow themselves up, I would love to have them back in my life, but not like that. So now the government has tasked me with the impossible job of picking a, quote, government-approved puppy, aka human being, to possibly join me in political offices in the adventure of the most insane lifetime ever. This is called Fast Car. I'm going to turn it up for fun. And then I've got to look up my directions, just saying. It's a good song. This was not supposed to be a road trip in this vehicle. I've been living in my car for several months because I don't want to have to clean all of the disgustingness out that my ex-boyfriend left me with: a chokehold, a bunch of trauma, no money, stole my gaming computer, and left the house a mess, even though I tried to offer to pay him literally like straight up $1,000 an hour just to clean. I don't even have that kind of money, but I could have done OnlyFans to pay him, and I was trying to motivate him out of being suicidal, depressed, and a lot of other problems. So I literally just don't even know what to say. At this point, it's very sad. But this song's really good. Just saying, I enjoy it. Yeah. That's about it. That's basically the TLDR of my entire life. Why the fuck, how the fuck, and what the ever-loving fuck. But I always knew that I was a little too oppositional defiant disorder, a little too polite, and I've literally let everyone in my life treat me like dog shit my entire fucking life, except literally one person. By the way, if you see this, I'm just gonna call you, okay, I'm the witch and you're the doctor. We're just gonna call it that. We together could be the witch doctor. I'm not actually the devil, but apparently there's a lot of songs that imply that I could be called devil like me. For example, I've always known that the titles of artists were weirdly coincidentally funny, and that literally 4 or 5 of my favorite artists died in a row right around the time that I turned 18. So I was like, well, shit. No innocence. All casualties are casualties. Friendly fire is something that can happen, but it's mostly decision-making based. The universe bent around me instead of vice versa, and I was never wondering about why that was, but I did take a fuck ton of road trips in the United States just because I like running from myself. So that's what I'm doing right now, and that's why I like this song, just saying. Be someone, be someone, be someone. Oh, and I'm gonna put out like literally 1,000 fucking playlists, but I have to get the whole email situation figured out for the whole business account and all that, because I made an email account in 2011 when I was 11 years old, and I'm just gonna say the first part of it and not the numbers just so I don't get a million spam emails, but it's called Chicago Forever something 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 something. There's a wonderful song called The Ghost of Chicago, but apparently literally all of the music was either written about me, at me, or for me, to me. I sang to the same songs for literally years just as a self-soothing enjoyment type of thing, and I bet that the government was either collectively laughing or losing their ever-loving fucking minds when I sang to Cocaine Jesus for about 2 years, and then realized about a month to a month and a half ago that it was literally about me and my ex-boyfriend, which is the funniest part. I've never needed any of the men that I dated, and honestly most of them were kind of just a huge waste of my time or ended being chokehold flavored, and were also very, very emotionally abusive to me the entire duration of our relationship. So I'm really sad that the last one ended because I wanted him to be the forever, ever, and always, but the chokehold doesn't undo itself, and I broke him by basically just looking him in the eyes and being like, fucking do it. I know, it's really not funny, but I called his bluff knowing that he wasn't going to do it, or that I could have fought back, but I chose not to. I just sat there very calmly and let him. Why? I was in this seat. He was in the seat next to me. He had already called the cops on me, and if he was putting me in a chokehold, he was immediately going to get out and scream into the void rather than actually proceed to choke me out, because he'd been having thoughts about raping me, murdering me, or chokeholding me. I was assuming it would be rape, but I actually foresaw that at the beginning of our relationship. And the fucked up part is that I did not match with him on Tinder, and I suspected it was the government and not my pocket. But it was whatever. This song's called Sunroof. Probably got to get off and put directions on before I get too lost. I'm just driving in the direction. It's a 20-hour drive. I'll be there by the time the car dealership opens. It's funny, isn't it?